Hi guys, this is Dr. Wendy Coburn at One Village Family Chiropractic Studio, and I'm here to talk to you about some of the work we do in the practice for a lot of our patients, but especially focusing in on our kiddos that may have been welcomed into the world via a C-section, whereby the cranial sacral rhythm didn't get set or the sacro-occipital rhythm wasn't set in place to allow for really nice healthy dural meningeal tension or cerebral spinal fluid flow or nerve flow. So we look at the cranium. This is an adult skull. I'm going to show you. It's plastic, guys. We look at all the joints or the sutures of the different bones in and around the skull. We make sure and we check the fontanelles, what the shape they're in when they're little, looking for the alignment of the eyes, the nose, the mouth, how the mouth opens and closes, if the frontal bone, the frontier, is shifted left or right, or if it's tucked under the parietal off to the side. We also look inside the mouth. I start myself as a chiropractor. We always want to clear the spine first to make sure there's no interference in there first, and then we work towards the sacral motion, and then we work up into the cranium itself, looking for those indicators where that primary stress may be. And we really work into the sphenopalatine bone inside the mouth, because that is a really crucial area, and it attaches to pretty well all of the bones of the skull except for two, but the cranial nerves, again, all of them except for a couple of them, pass through here. So when, say, someone's having trouble with latching or sucking or nursing or swallowing, those different kinds of things, tongue motion, you name it, those nerves are coming through these bones and through here. So if there's tension, if the palate is high, if it's flat, if there's torsion in there, if one side's higher than the other, all these little different intricacies can really impact how the brain can communicate to the body to allow the body to function properly. So we want to really help families to try and help life be a little simpler and get our babies checked, hopefully within their first couple weeks of life, to make sure their cranial bones and their spine has started life out with ease. Because when babies are born, they should eat, sleep, and poop. They shouldn't be under a lot of stress. They shouldn't be fussy. They shouldn't be constipated. They shouldn't be having trouble latching. They shouldn't turn the head one side and not be able to go the other way. They should love tummy time, flat on the ground, not just on mom and dad. There's lots of things indicating there may be stress on the body, and those are just a few if they have the opposite of what I just said. So we want to go through and check this, and if there's anything that is not moving or lining up properly, impacting the messaging and the neurology or the innate that flows through the body, we use that term subluxation. It's a fancy word instead of having to describe all the little bits and pieces, all the ligaments, the muscles, the tendons, the tissue, the nerves, you name it, in those areas. That is a word that we use. We remove the interference that's not allowing the body to do what it's designed to do, because the body has everything inside of it that it needs. So we love helping our little kiddos start life without any interference so they can reach their full potential. But especially in the beginning, at the very beginning, we want to make sure everything is connecting, everything is firing, so they can also reach those milestones of rolling both ways on their own, sitting up on their own, rocking on their hands and knees on their own, crawling opposite arm and opposite leg on their own. If they're scooting on their bum, guys, that is a chiropractic emergency. They need to get in for some chiropractic right away and support with some OT. Also, if they don't crawl, they really absolutely should get in and get some help, because that help integrates the left and the right side of the brain, to especially help with speech, which kicks in around the time that crawling starts, the integration of patterns of speech within the brain. So we want to make sure crawling is absolutely happening. And some of the things that we have as adults to make our lives easier to hold baby while we're busy doing something else are things we need to start looking at or thinking about. Do we really need that? Because they can impact a baby's ability to reach different milestones. If we force them to sit up in, say, a bumbo, or have them in something that's upright before they have the ability to pull themselves up and stand up on their own, it can really negatively impact the neural connections, the synapses in their brain. And it won't show up till they're 3 or 4 when they're supposed to have greater cognition, and the frontal lobe of their brain is connecting, and that's where the moods, the emotions, the behaviors, different things will start showing up, and we start to see deficits in the motor system. And we want to try and help do as much as we can again, so these kids will start life really well. In saying that, sometimes we come in as adults and we have problems that are chronic that we've had for a very long time, and sometimes it started way back when we were little and we didn't even know there was a connection because nobody told us. And as chiropractors, we haven't done a great job at screaming it from the rooftops how important it is. So we're trying to now, as chiropractors, you may hear more and more about us talking about adjusting kids and prenatal pediatric chiropractic care, and it's awesome because we do really truly need more of that, because currently kids today are sicker than they ever have been. They've had more colds, flus, allergies than they ever have, and their systems are just not as resilient. So we want to do everything we can so they can start life off healthier and stronger. And again, some adults are coming in now with chronic issues, and it's manifested from decades ago, from when they were small, not just from baby, but certain things that happened when they were younger, before the age of 7, before the age of 12. Those are all important neurological chiropractic milestones, where that brain really does integrate, because by the time we hit 7, we have all the intricacies of an adult brain inside of us, even though the brain is still growing and maturing till about 25, but a lot of the main wiring should be set up in there. And if we don't have those right connections, things can really go askew. But it usually shows up a long ways down the road as some sort of change in how the body is functioning versus pain. And then eventually, when the body can't adapt around all those things, because we don't grow out of things, we just adapt around them and they show up as other things, then it starts to show up as pain, then it starts to show up as medical markers. So we want to really help people be and live the best healthy life, so they can pursue their passions, their dreams, their purpose, then do all the things that they want to do. Again, there's no guarantees with that, but if we can help in any way possible, we're here. Reach out, give us a shout, ask questions, and ask more questions if it doesn't make sense. Why are you looking at my back when it's got stuff to do with my brain? Why are you looking at my back when XYZ is not functioning right? It's all connected, guys. It all works together, and your body is absolutely brilliant, and we're here to help facilitate its brilliance and its ability to work at its very best and heal at its best. That's all I got for now, and I hope you reach out. Have a great day.